Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. For All Western New York News and Radio, I'm Scott Leffler. Cloudy with falling temperatures and a high wind warning this afternoon and evening with gusts as high as 55 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 40. Wednesday looks to be mostly sunny with a high near 53. What's in the news? New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, leading a state and municipal coalition, on Monday announced that he is commencing legal action against the Trump administration, accusing it of violating federal law by delaying energy-efficient standards for several common consumer and commercial products. Schneiderman has turned suing the Trump administration into a bit of a hobby as of late. We'll see where this one goes. State Senator Rob Ort, Republican from North Tonawanda, says the decision to extend the current 2016-2017 budget is the bare minimum of what citizens expect and blames the delay on a full budget on Democrats. Seems like everyone in Albany is upset about this, and they all blame everyone else. Patricia Nelson, age 33 of Rochester, pleaded guilty to bank robbery before U.S. District Judge Charles Siragusa. The charge carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Prosecutors say that on March 16th of 2015, the defendant robbed the BMO Harris Bank located at 2401 West Schaumburg Road in Schaumburg, Illinois. Luis Osorio, age 27 of Rochester, was sentenced to 63 months in prison for bank robbery. Osorio was charged in June of 2014 along with his brother, Abraham Osorio, Laquan Ely, and Jeffrey Stedman Lloyd, all of Rochester. Prosecutors say that the defendant participated in the planning and execution of the June 7th, 2014 robbery of the Chase Bank located at 2900 Dewey Avenue in Rochester. Police news. The Niagara County Sheriff's Office has put out a request for assistance from the public in finding a 14-year-old boy who went missing from Wyndham Lawn Facility in the town of Lockport. According to the police report, Nathaniel Ayoyo is a 5-foot, 9-inch, 202-pound male with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen in the Grote Street, Buffalo area wearing black jeans and a black hooded sweatshirt, black shoes, and a backpack. He's believed to have family in that area. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to call the Niagara County Sheriff's Office. Christopher Chase, age 49 of Williamsville, was arrested and charged by criminal complaint with enticement of a minor. The charge carries a maximum of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Prosecutors say that on March 10th, the defendant, using the name, quote, the Dark Father, unquote, initiated an online conversation with a female who he later learned to be 15 years old and still attempted to engage in sex with. But when he showed up, instead of a 15-year-old girl, he was met by Homeland Security. Rob Lowe, age 35 of Buffalo, was arrested and charged by criminal complaint with depredation of government property. The charge carries a maximum of 10 years in prison and a $1,000 fine. Prosecutors say that at about 10:40 p.m. on Thursday, Lowe rammed his SUV into the gate of the Buffalo office of the FBI on Mohawk Street. He then backed up from the gate and drove around the perimeter of the FBI office at a high rate of speed, and then drove up to the perimeter gate on Stat Street and rammed into that gate twice. The gate gave way and Lowe entered the parking lot, drove in circles, and rammed into the outbound lane perimeter gate. The defendant drove out of the parking lot through Stat Street and was stopped and taken into custody by Buffalo police at Chippewa and Elmwood. The estimated value of the damaged security gates at the FBI is in excess of $50,000. A 20-year-old Massachusetts man was charged with fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon and unlawful possession of marijuana following a traffic stop in Stowe. According to New York State Police, Thomas Sanchez was pulled over on I-86 for speeding, and while speaking to Sanchez, the troopers smelled marijuana. A search revealed that he was in possession of 10 grams of pot and brass knuckles. Both of those are illegal in New York. A 36-year-old Stockton man was charged Friday with first-degree criminal contempt, criminal obstruction of breathing, endangering the welfare of a child, and second-degree harassment after a report of an assault. State police say troopers responded to the residence of a Stockton woman where a report was of a male assaulting a female. Investigation revealed that Steven Stabluski went to the female's residence in violation of a stay-away order and got into a physical altercation with the protected party and a male at the residence. A 38-year-old Lockport woman was charged Sunday with driving while intoxicated after state police say she was found passed out in the driver's seat of a vehicle in the Denny's parking lot on South Transit Road in the town of Lockport. Troopers say that Sarah J. Schramm was sleeping in the driver's seat of the vehicle with the engine running. She was determined to be intoxicated and charged with DWI before being transported to the Lockport Troopers Barracks. Sports. The Buffalo Sabres fell 4-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs last night. Sabres goals by Ryan O'Reilly and Jack Eichel. and Eichel's came with less than a minute to play, so it barely counts. There's just 2 games left in the season. Fortunately, baseball season is here, and the Bison's opening game is Thursday, with Jack Eichel set to throw the ceremonial first pitch, if it ever stops raining. Also, the team is having a meet and greet tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. at 716. We'll bring you some photos from the event. Dear listeners, if you have time to read only one thing today, I ask that you read Mike Sargent's heartfelt commentary that we posted on Monday. Mike recently lost his 22-year-old son to a drug overdose, and he's hoping that sharing his thoughts might prevent it from happening again. Even if just to one person, he wants you to read his story. Mike is not only a contributor to All Western New York News, he's a friend, and he's family. So on behalf of the Sargents, I beg you to read his story and do what you can to stop the scourge of drug addiction. Okay, kind of ended on a down note there. Sorry about that. But for All Western New York News and Radio, I'm Scott Leffler, hoping you have a good day.